My name is Andre Zonhill Jr., and for my argumentative essay today, I am arguing that it is better to have two parents in the household. Now, how I'm gonna start this argument is pretty much it's comes from a place of knowing and not being known, as in I come from a single parent household, and there's a lot of things that come with that. You understand certain aspects of life. Sometimes you grow up fast, sometimes you don't, but other other things may vary depending on who you with. Depends. Everything varies. Everyone's life is different. Can't say that, but I can guarantee you that being in a two-parent household was a lot better than being in one, because you have two. Okay, being in a healthy two-parent household is better than being in a unhealthy parent household, because you still need a mother or father, or two fathers, two mothers, whatever you want to call it. Two parents is better than one. More support, more time, more energy, because one person can't be there for you all the time. And it's a lot easier for you and your partner to be together with the child, because the only person you're hurting is the child, most often because they didn't ask to be here. You brought them in this world. So you do have a responsibility to take care of said child. I do believe that. You do have a choice in the matter to get rid of to have an abortion, but if you willingly choose to bring a child in the world, you need to do it knowing that you have another partner, in my opinion, because two parent households have better outcomes successfully, like statistically wise, for children. Less prone to less, not prone to violence, less yeah, less prone to violence, less likely to get on hardcore drugs, less likely to do um less likely to be upsetting, less likely to be bad stuff like a criminal or a, I don't know, bad person, good or bad. But a single parent household, you can still be very successful. There's tons of successful people from a single parent household and single parents. I'm not trying to discredit single parents. You do your job. Yes, I understand that life happens. My mom, her and my dad didn't happen, and her next man did not happen, but she still had a stable connection with them. And my mother allowed us to still see our fathers, and I thank her for that every single day. So, yes, there are some instances where it's okay. I had a good connection with my father. I got to see him. My mother never blocked me from him, so there is. But I still wished deep down that wish I could. My father could have been there for me a lot more than he was. And a lot of things also with this going into it, that you can't raise a kid by yourself. Keep it a buck. You can't do it. A kid's a lot more than just somebody thinks. Oh, I don't need so and so. I don't need a man. I don't need a woman to raise a kid. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're gonna need someone there for you. You're gonna be someone there who helps you out. You're going to need help. Uh, you're gonna need someone there who else love them, because it's a lot to love a child. It's a lot to do to bringing them in the world. So this idea that you cannot live without, you can be a single parent, is absurd, because it takes two to make one, and it takes two to raise one. That doesn't make sense. If it takes two people to have a kid, it takes two people to raise a kid. You can't just do one without the other. So you need a parent. You need two parents in the household. Better health wise. So if you get sick, now you're not worrying how you're going to pay the bills. If you got sick, you got someone else to rely on. If you get injured, how are you going to be able to take your kid to school if you can't drive or do work, or you ain't got an immediate family member, or like a mother or father who can take them to work and do that? There's so many other outcomes and instances where it's like you're in a back situation if you don't have support. If there's so many other situations that it will just be you and your kid alone, because uh, God God forbid you try asking someone else to come help you in. There's no one around, because you have no one else to rely on, because it's your kid. I'm sorry to tell you, but this world is very cruel out here. So there's not that many people who's going to be want to take care of your kid or someone else's kid. So the world is very cruel out here, and you need, if you're having to have a kid, you need to get a wake up call. You need to have two parents in the household. It's more beneficial. Statistics prove it. Single kids prove it. Like if you grew up in a single household, you know how it is. If your mom's gone or your father's gone all the time, you're by yourself. Especially if you're a single child in a single parent household. It can get extremely lonely if you're not doing sports. You're just going home every day. You're by yourself practically, and you're waiting for your other parent to come home. That's it. And it can get very lonely and depressing, especially this world of social media and everything else, saying that you don't need this, but you got kids here lonely, looking for escapes, doing a lot of things that people are getting younger, doing a lot of drugs and like killing themselves, mass shootings, all that. And I'm just saying, like, people need a better uh, connection system, and most of the time it starts at home. It starts at home. So a better connection system with people, with themselves, and if you have a good relationship with your family, it can build together. So I'm saying it takes two to make one, and it takes two to raise one. So that is my argument for why you should have kids, why you should have a two-parent household. You can't do it alone. You're not strong enough. And if you did, you struggled halfway through, and you have to admit it. There's no time or place where you say, "Oh, I didn't struggle. I ain't never." You did. There were times you was crying because you didn't know you could do this. So that's all I gotta say. See you.